Hello and welcome to Mastering YouTube, the channel that helps you take your YouTube channel to the next level. Now, have you ever watched a video and just said, that's more professional than anything I've ever created? How do they do that? Well, sometimes it's as simple as having graphics and text in an animated way pop up on the screen to break it up visually. And if you said, well, that's above my skill set, I don't know how to do that, it's actually incredibly easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. All right, so we're in Premiere Pro here, and I'm going to show you how you can import some of these text and graphics to add that presentation to your video, show you how to edit them so they do what you want them to do, and then just give you some examples to help you get started. And let's say to begin that you want people to subscribe and like your video, but you want an animation that makes it look neat and presentable instead of you just plopping text on the screen or just talking about it. And maybe that's something like this. It flows up, the arrows come down, the text shows what you want, it fades away. It's just so much more presentable than just a block of text on and then off. So how do you do that? Well, everything I'm going to show you here comes from the Essential Graphics tab. So you go there, you hit Browse, and you go to Adobe Stock. And then you type in what you want to search for. They have free and then they also have premium options. And I have just typed in like and hit search. And that comes up with this option right here. And there are a lot of different ones. And I can move my mouse across it. And it'll give me examples of what that animation looks like. And to use that, all I have to do is drag it and drop it into my timeline. It'll download fonts. It will set up everything that just shows you the one I just showed you. All that is now there. And I'm actually just going to click on that and delete it since I already have it on my timeline. And we'll use the one I showed you. Now, if you want to edit this or have it do things that you want, all you have to do is click on it, go back up to the Essential Graphics tab and click Edit. And you're going to see various controls here. And everyone's different depending on how it's structured, but background colors, text controls, flows, things like that. And let's just say for text controls, we have our top text that says like and subscribe. So that's like and subscribe, and you can edit any one of those. So if you want to use this for something other than like and subscribe, you could do that very easily. But we'll leave it like that for the purposes of this demonstration. But for the subtext, I put in Mastering YouTube. But let's say your channel. That's the editing is simple as this, and I just want to point that out real quick. So if I go back to my timeline, click, now your channel's there. It's part of the animation. That's how easy it is to edit these and get them working the way you want. Now, if I remove that subtext and I go to background, you can see that the colors in play are right here. And if I want to change one of those, I can do that. Again, that easy to edit. And to keep this simple, if you want to use any of these, I'll put the name of them in the description of the video down below. But to give you examples of other ones that I've liked or just kind of give you starter thoughts on ones you might be able to use, here's another one. Now, this is called a lower thirds. Now, I myself put a blue background here. I just put a blue layer there and cropped it down to the size I wanted and moved into the position and faded it in and out. And if you want to know how to do any of that, let me know and I can definitely create a video on that. But if I get rid of that and I just make that invisible, here is the actual lower thirds that I downloaded from Adobe Stock. And you can see I left the default text, but if I click on that, here's the text. I can just come up here, double click on that T and it's highlighted. I can make that say whatever I want. And again, all the transitions are going to be there. You just edit it real quick and you're on your way to the next thing. It takes very little time to use this. So another example, lower thirds are a great way to keep just having text pop up. That kind of adds to what you're saying and adds more to your video and also keeps it visually stimulating. So it's not just talking head all the time or just video of things you put on the screen. There's more to it than just that. Another one that I thought was neat is this one right here. Just add some visual elements to it. You could use it in different ways. It could be used maybe at the end of your video, or if you just want to, maybe you've had too much talking head and you just need to break that up in a fun way, you could use something like that. And again, that's just an example of the things you can do. There are a million different things out there that you can grab and use. So really, you just need to kind of go out there and play, but there are a lot of different things to use. And the last one, and one of my favorites, is let's say you have segments to your video and you really could put a title in between to break those up and introduce the segment you're going to talk about. One, it helps the viewer know what you're going to be getting into, but also, again, it breaks up those visuals and just keeps it visually entertaining, which is important in YouTube. So for this one, if I click play, you'll see how this works. It puts video in the background that I want. It has 3 layers of text that are presented on the screen. It fades out the background. It just does a lot through the presentation of this video. So let me finish playing this real quick. And it's just a great quick way to present the next segment of your video. So if I go back to this one and I click on it, you can see Just like before, I have my different texts, the different layers there, those 3 layers that I talked about. I can go and modify each one of those. But if I close this and go to background, you can see media replacement. And this allows me to just click here, replace from project, timeline, or explorer. I can go find video that I want to use, and it makes it the background for that little transition. So I'm able to put some there that helps tell the story I'm trying to tell. So do go out there and play, because there are so many things out there, and it just adds a level of polish to your videos just because there are things going on. There are transitions, and there are things to break up the video to show that you put more work into it, which does keep people watching longer, which helps YouTube push your videos more. If you got anything out of this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to keep learning and mastering YouTube. But until next time, have a good one.